I've always known there's a lot of things in the Bible that really piss me off, but I've never actually read this part before, and it's pissed me off enough to want to actually talk about it.
Paul writes this: "Every man who prays or prophesies with his head covered dishonors his head, but every wife who prays or prophesied with her head uncovered dishonors her head, since it is the same as if her head were shaven."
Yeah, I don't understand any of this verse. This verse is just about head covering, and I don't know why it's in here. I don't agree with this 100%. And yeah, a man who prays with his head covered dishonors his head. Why would your head be dishonored by covering it? And if a woman doesn't cover her head, why is that dishonoring it? Like, I totally don't agree with it.
"For if a wife will not cover her head, then she should cut her hair short. But since
Why?
it is disgraceful for a wife to cut off her hair or to shave her head,
Why is it disgraceful for a woman to have short hair? I mean, technically it's just a style.
let her cover her head. For a man ought not to cover his head, since he is the image and glory of God."
So a man shouldn't cover their head because they're more like God. Yeah, well, I don't think men are anything like me. And my hair does look a mess.
"But woman is the glory of man.
Sorry, women are not the glory of man. A woman is made in the image of God, because God is more like is a woman, and women are more like. So you've got this completely wrong.
Man was not made from woman, but woman from man."
Woman was not made from man. No, man was made from woman, and I don't know why this is just wrong. I think this is just in there to just feed the sort of male ego and give them reasons to hate women or look down on women, when really I think the Spirit is just playing tricks and just seeing who would read this and use it as an excuse to abuse a woman.
"Neither was man created for woman, but woman for man. That is why
Women were not made for man. No, it was the other way around. Man are supposed to help God in the same way that a man is supposed to help his wife.
a wife ought to have a symbol of authority on her head, because
No, a wife is supposed to, she's supposed to be the sort of head of the family because she's the one who has most control of the kids, and the father is supposed to be a provider because he doesn't take time off work, he doesn't have to go for a pregnancy, he doesn't have to spend a couple of years growing breastfeeding or whatever.
because of the angels. Nevertheless, in the Lord, woman is not independent of man, nor man of woman. For as a woman was made from man, so man is now born of woman. And
Man have always been born from woman.
all things are from God. So judge for yourselves. Is it proper for a wife to pray to God with her head uncovered?
Why would it be wrong for a woman to pray? Well, I don't really agree with praying. It doesn't do anything. It's just whatever, you know. But yeah, judge for yourselves. E.g., ignore the Bible.
Does not nature itself teach you that if a man wears long hair, it is a disgrace for him? But
Does not nature teach itself that if a man wears long hair, it's a disgrace? Well, why would a man having long hair be a disgrace? I mean, personally, I think men look better with short hair. But yeah, if they want long hair, then that's their choice.
But if a woman has long hair, it is her glory, for her hair is given to her for a covering. If any
There's no giving for covering. I mean, I like long hair.
anyone is inclined to be contentious, we have no such practice, nor do the churches of God. Okay, so a lot of interesting things happening here with the length of hair and whether or not we should be.
It's not that interesting. Today I have just been making some. I don't know. I know that there's a lot of things. I look terrible. I really look terrible. I know there's a lot of things in Christianity that Christians have a completely different view on things. And I was looking at this site that was kind of giving, you know, Antichrist means this. I didn't actually have Antichrist on the list, to be honest, though. But I was looking to see if there was some sort of website that had a list of all the biblical words and like meanings or interpretations, because I interpret the Bible wrongly, but the main, or different, not wrongly, I mean, they interpret it wrongly. I interpret it differently. I interpret it differently, and therefore, I was thinking if I do expose myself as Christ, I would kind of like to have like a page of terminologies where I give my account, my account of what a demon is, my account of what Judgment Day is, or my account of the Day of the Lord. I guess the Day of the Lord is just the day that I finally get to speak to people, and might not be believed by everyone, but just, I need to feel supported, and no one's talking to me. I don't feel supported. I don't even know who knows, or if anyone knows. If everyone is literally just a robot and they're connecting to my daily life and have no idea who I am, I mean, if no one ever says anything to me, then how am I supposed to know that that is not the truth? And yeah, it's fucking awful to think that I can say this and there would be a bunch of morons, that robotic morons, that would listen to this and just see that as proof that no one knows about me, and that nothing is real, nothing I believe is real, because no one has said anything to me. And it's just because I don't know who knows and who doesn't know, that does not mean that there isn't a bunch of people who know and are just not talking to me for a reason I don't know or understand. But yeah, just living in this total confusion, just extreme depression, extreme hatred for anyone who would watch my videos and just think that I'm just imagining things. I don't think anyone can understand how awful my life is, and how awful how horrible it is just to live like this every single day, just wishing that I was dead. And inflation really is a nightmare, because inflation means that things just get more and more expensive. Now, that's fine if you have a job, okay? Inflation probably goes up more than your salary, so you do get poorer. But if you don't have a job at all, I couldn't afford to live in America. Your cheese is like £12 for a small bar, whereas here you can pay £2 and get quite a large bar. If the money that I have in my account, if I went to go live in America, it would be gone within a year. Whereas in England, you can actually live off kind of little. But I am concerned because England is getting more and more expensive each year, because I think it's trying to catch up with all the other countries. And if you're making 5,000 a year and living costs are 2,000-3,000 a year, and it's fine. But if the value of money is devalued by 10% each year, then in 10 years' time, I'm not going to be able to live off 5,000 a year. I mean, okay, I've got a house, so I can every year I can go up. I can go up about 50 a month every year, I think. I might be able to go up 10% one year, but I'm pretty sure the person living there is just going to leave if I do that, which isn't a bad thing. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. But I know inflation is a really bad thing, and it affects the people who don't have jobs. If you've got a job and you're complaining that your salary is not going up, or think about all the people that don't have jobs. Hence, when inflation goes up, their money is just worth less, and yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I really don't want to wait another year. But I've not wanted to wait another year every single year for the last 12 years, and so I'm definitely going to. If I have to wait another Christmas, I'm definitely going to just go somewhere else and live there for 2 months during January and February. I can't live in England during those 2 months. It's too cold, and then I just feel heavy depression because of it. And yeah, I definitely don't want to work, because I my view on humans is just so bad. I think it's the social services that have really done it. I look at social service, the people, particularly the woman that gave me that bad report, and I don't know, just a mindless, brainless person that's like a robot in a flesh body. That's kind of how I see her, and I think I see that they've put me in a mindset where I just want nothing to do with the human species. So the concept of even getting a job, I don't know. I can't do that.